In today's video, I'm going to be showing you all of the locations of the moths in Grounded, how to get to them, and the best loadout in order to kill them all. If you enjoy these guides, don't forget to leave a like on the video and comment down below any ideas for future guides you'd like to see. First off, let's get into the build. As you can see in the chest here, we've got all of the gear you're going to need. You've got the Sour Staff level 9, of course. You need a good ranged weapon to take on a moth because they do a lot of flying. But something like a crossbow, you can't block attacks. So you need a mix of the two, a ranged attack that you can also block with. This is where the staffs come into play. Personally, I think the Sour Staff's best. The Mint Staff doesn't have too much range to it, and the Spicy Staff is a little bit inconsistent, so I went with the Sour Staff. In terms of gear, we've gone with the Wizard Hat, because it's just built for the staffs. We've got the Termite Armor, as this gives you Dust Guard, which actually helps to fight against the Moth in case he uses a Dust attack. And we've got the Widow Leggings, which, if you perfect block one of the Moth's attacks, will poison the Moth, doing even more damage. For your accessory, you can choose between either of these two. You've got the Dandelion Tuft. You can use this if you want to be safe, because there is a chance you could get knocked off while fighting the Moths. Or you can use Thor's Pendant here. This is just an overall really good accessory. It just gives you a bunch of buffs, which are all amazing to help you fight these enemies. In terms of mutations for this build, I recommend Parry Master, just in case the Moth does get an attack off, so you can parry it and get stamina back. Coup de Grace and Trapper Peeper for that extra crit damage, just in case you land a crit. Whittle Wizard, because it gives you extra stun when you hit the enemies. And Cardio Fan, because you want that quicker stamina recovery. I don't have many of these mutations maxed out in this world, because this is a custom game, unfortunately. As you can see here, stamina drain's on, I'm not invincible, and we're on Woe difficulty. So this is going to be really challenging. Let's take on this Moth and see how well I can do. The only heals I have right now are bandages. Okay, so sometimes the Moth does this, where it glitches out, and it's just going to fly away to the tree. Best way to counter this is to get some sort of melee weapon. We'll make the Mint Mace real quick. Yes, this is the problem that happens quite often with these Moths for some reason. If they do this, I recommend you take a melee weapon and just hit them with that instead. Because then they'll actually aggro on you properly. See now how he's properly aggroed? So all you gotta do is use the Sour Staff to try and predict the movement of the Moth as much as possible. Because every time you hit him, the Sour Staff will stun the Moth. So notice how there, I shot it looked like my Sour Staff shot was gonna completely miss. But the Moth went right into it because I predicted exactly what the Moth was gonna do in terms of his movement. Get a couple of bonus hits in right real quick. Yeah, see, look, we're on Woe difficulty, the hardest difficulty in the game. And the Moth is not even touching me. I'm hitting it so frequently, it didn't even get a chance to do any attacks. I didn't even need the Dust Guard, because he never did a Dust attack. But the Dust Guard helps for if he does do the Dust attacks. And just like that, the Moth's been destroyed. Now I'm going to show you how to get to all 5 Moth locations in the game. The first Moth location here is on top of the Moldork Castle. In order to get to this one, you are going to have to build up. It's the only one you have to build up to. It's going to cost you about 250 clay if you build the ramp in the right location. As you can see here, I built the ramp a bit too far back. You want to build it close to the edge of the rocks. Then, when you get to the very top, the Moth's on top of the tower here. The second location for the Moth right here is on top of this wheelbarrow. I'm going to show you how to get up there without doing any building. What you need to do is come to the Poison Ivy down here, as you can see, and then just follow the route that I take. This parkour is deathly. If you don't know where you're going, you're going to really, really struggle. So I recommend you just watch this little route that I'm taking here and just copy it step for step. Do everything I do because it's not fun. Put it that way. It is not fun to do. But I've done it enough at this point to the point where I'm a little bit better in it than I used to be. I also recommend that you use a Dandelion Tuft for this. Just in case you do fall, you can try and save it a little bit. But it is pretty difficult to save yourself when you're falling. I'll be honest. It is not easy. I also really recommend Natural Explorer for a little bit of extra speed. It'll definitely help you to make some of these jumps. Okay, see how I fell there? But the Dandelion Tuft saved me a little bit. But it's also still knocked me down as well, which is not good. I don't want to be here. Okay, so I'm just going to parkour up here then. And we're back on top. See, for this one, I actually prefer to do it this way, but this way requires a Dandelion Tuft, but you can glide across to this leaf. I was trying to make the jump up, but you can just glide across like I did just then, which it is easier, but you do need a glider to do it. So those are just like the little tricks that will help you complete the parkour. But at the same time, they also will require a dandelion tuft to use those tricks. So, you know, be cautious. These jumps are really, really difficult. Anyone who's attempted this before knows how difficult these jumps are. They are no joke. Again, here, you can use a dandelion tuft to make this jump, or you can jump onto that leaf and then jump up here, and that is a completely reasonable jump to make. It's just easier if you use the dandelion tuft like I did there. A little bit careful of the leaves above your head here. Just like that. Wow, I managed to miss that jump, didn't I? We'll build back up, it's alright. As I was saying, you've got to be a little bit careful of the leaves above your head here, because they will try and block you from making the jump. I actually don't know what I hit my head on. I guess it was this leaf here. So yeah, just be very careful. Although maybe it was that leaf. And then once you get up here, you can just jump across on top of the wheelbarrow. You can also go up along here and then jump up top there. There's a field station you can get to. Once you've done this, what I would recommend is I recommend that you get off at this point of the branch, go along here, and then go to the zipline wall anchors. And you can actually place a zipline wall anchor on the wall. So wherever your ziplines are, I don't know, maybe they're at the oak tree. That's where I build most of my bases. You'll be able to set up a zipline all the way back over to the wheelbarrow, which will really, really help you in the future if you want to get over there easier. Also, a big piece of advice that I use a lot when I'm trying to make parkour. If it's getting to nighttime and you can't see, go into camera mode, go into the settings and change the time. And you'll be able to see where you need to go much easier. It makes it much more visible. And then when you go back out, it's nighttime again, but at least you know where you need to make those jumps. It's a huge tip I would give you if you're trying to do this parkour. The next moth location is on top of the stump. What you need to do is come to this portion of the map right here, to the east of the stump. Then just follow up this branch that I'm going up here, or the root, I guess. There's a little pine cone next to it. It's pretty obvious where it is. All you need to do is follow me all the way up to the top. Again, use Natural Explorer and the Dandelion Tuft. It's going to help you massively in this situation. You can see the moth is right there on top of the stump. All you need to do is follow the path that I take. In my survival world, I built up to this because I couldn't figure out how to do it. But today, I actually was able to figure out for the first time how to make these jumps. You don't need a Dandelion Tuft for that, by the way. If you're good at the jump, you don't need one. But I was able to figure it out today how to get up here without using any building. So there you go. There's moth location number 3. For moth location number 4, you need to come to the fallen tree trunk right here. Just walk up inside at the back of the tree trunk and just follow the path that I take here up top. Again, Natural Explorer, glider. Makes your life much easier. You definitely want to have them. So we're going to go up here and then we're going to jump over here. Then just go up. There's a little gap here you can jump up. And as you can see, we're just going up slowly but surely. Again, you don't need to build for any of these. You just need, apart from the one that we showed earlier, location number 1, all the others can be done with parkour. Just jump here, jump onto the mushroom. Mushrooms are your best friend. And we found the moth, just like that. That's moth location number 4, easy peasy. The 5th and final moth location is right here on top of this garden lamp. There's a little patch of water here, very easy place to tell where it is on the map. There's also a field station nearby. It's right here in the middle. So what you're going to do is come on top of this dandelion leaf right here. Fail the very first jump. Yeah, watch your head. There's a lot of stuff above you. Jump onto this giant leaf, and then we're going to do a bit of grass parkour. I got my dandelion tuft with me, just in case I need it to get up, you know. And then from here, it's very easy. You just get on top of this plant right here. Good job, me. You can't walk up to the stem of this one, I guess. So we're just going to jump leaf to leaf. These are all very easy jumps. Just back and forth, being careful not to hit your head on the underside of the leaves. Then you're going to parkour to the top leaf here, and we're going to jump onto this giant blade of grass. Then onto this leaf right here. And from this leaf, you can go on the stem of this one and just walk up it all the way. You don't have to parkour. And then jump off it, and the moth is on top of the lamp right here. That's all 5 locations. Very, very easy. Thank you so much for watching. If you appreciate the video and you like the build, make sure you leave a like on it. Don't forget to comment more ideas for future videos down below. And I'll see you in the next grounded video.